Aston says hi, everybody. Right, Aston?
I think it would
Hello, YouTube.
probably price that versus
We're all out here.
probably.
And you saw Aston. But they're going in because they're very shy. She gave us the finger. Not my wife, Kaylee did. Anyway, so it's Sunday. I don't even know what day it is. We're supposed to have a lot of rain in the next couple days, so I'm emptying the rain barrels because they're starting to get a little scuzzy. So just watering a little bit in the Roma patch here, and then I'm over here. We are watering with the rain barrel over here, and then back here some of the potatoes, some of the tomatoes and peppers. So trying to use up some of the water. Once that barrel is finished, could be any time now. There's another old garbage can over here that we're gonna empty in all these tomatoes. When it rains, it doesn't really get super wet around in the rain doesn't really hit those tomatoes all that well, because they're usually drying out pretty fast, and even with all that straw I put there. So yeah, Austin is just chilling with me. There he is. You see him? Oh yeah, there he is. We got him for a few days. So we're gonna turn this camera over to the other side, and here's the result of incredibly hot weather in the last 2 weeks. Not much rain, but it was a lot of moisture down under in the ground, but that has dried up. Some plants have been drooping slightly, so that's why we're watering it. I can't take chances now because it's middle of July. So we may not get a lot of rain. May say we're going to get a rain, but we may not get, so I can't really take that chance. Air conditioner was flying away here on the large beans. Not very many came up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 out of the 20 or 15 I planted right here came up. That's just disturbing, really. The lettuce, I'm gonna cut them, probably get them out. With all that rain, we get a lot of slugs. Dill, first time in a long time I've had a real good dill crop. Of course, we have flowers here on the new deck. So the deck is really working out really well here. There's a rag here because I was wiping something down. So we also got new recycling bins. I like to maybe move them a little further away from the door. Nice area for a chair. Come outside, put your runners on. So there's another bin I started with dill. July 6th I started it, and they're just coming up right now. I put a half a package with the dill seeds in there. Picked up all the puppy poop, and yeah, there was a bit, wasn't much. So we're gonna be going through here. There's a slug down there. Looks like a slug on there. Might be dead, but yeah, the hostas are going to seed or going to bloom. Some of my grass seed, with all the rain, moved away from where I wanted it, and it's actually growing in the wood chips, which you see there are a lot of bare spots where the wood chips were. That's because of torrential rain, and goes down the little ditch there. I try to retrieve it all, but we are planning on getting another load of wood chips probably the first weekend that I'm off in August, the week before the wedding, our son's wedding. So I'll be doing stuff around here, even with that holiday. That's why I wanted to take that. And I see that I better turn off this pump. Hang on. So I raced over here to turn off the pump. Now we're gonna move the sprinkler here. I got these 3 of them from Home Depot this week. They were blowing them out for $5 each. I think they're roughly around 20 normally. So one good thing about them, big hole. And when you're using a submergible pump in a rain barrel, you get a lot of sediment. I got some weird sediment in here, but it is pumping it out, and it doesn't clog. Our regular sprinkler will get clogged. So here's better boys. They're growing really well. The black crim are growing like crazy. I have to start staking very soon. The Manitobas are really taking off. They are already 2.5 feet, 3 feet high. Peppers are finally starting to take off. They're doing really, really well. We've had better. This is the way they're supposed to be at this time. This is about a 12 inches, 14 inches high. In these bags, they're just growing beautifully. But in the raised beds where there's a lot of compost, they're not doing as well as they should. So we're gonna have to start tying everything up. And yeah, so we're gonna start the pump over here in a minute and polish off that last garbage can right here. So I've already emptied these 2 bins in the last couple days because it was so hot, you know, and everything drying out. So we're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna go over here to where the house is, and the tomatoes over there. There are 2 big blue bins over there too of water, rainwater. So we're going to empty those, and it's going to be emptied in this general area. Dump a lot of water around here. Again, I don't know how much water we're going to get for rain, so we're going to see. I'm actually sitting on my deck, and look at Aston. He's just laying down, warming up in the sun. You gotta watch that black dog. You might get a little warm. So I turned off the city water for this, put it on for 5 minutes, just let it get a little bit of soaking in there. And then the rest of it will all be rainwater on this general area. And the grass right here, I'll move the little green sprinkler around here. I want to get this area. Now we have a yellow spot right here, and I'm trying to figure out for the last 24 hours, how did that yellow spot get there? And I finally figured it out. So last weekend, our daughter's plastic mat in front of her for her office chair downstairs got a crack in it pretty bad and a big chunk taken out. So we went and bought a new mat at Staples Oval Park, and so I brought the old one out, and to get it into the garbage I wanted to get it onto the grass, and so the sunlight would make it pliable. So it's over there waiting for me to put in the garbage. But when it was like that, after I folded it, I left it there for about 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes before putting it over there. That amount of time with the heat, the sunlight beating down on that plastic, I think it baked the grass. So we're gonna be watering the crap out of that area. And I don't have any more seed. I might have some seed, but I don't know. I may have to go get some bulk seed from Patterson's greenhouse that I usually get by cheap seed. The seed I've been using this year was Home Depot Scott's brand. So, but yeah, the grass is doing pretty good. I'm not gonna cut the grass for a week now. So that's it. So we're just gonna let it grow really long, probably about 6 inches long, 5 inches long. And then the next cutting will be not mulching, it'll be cutting and bagging, but it's gonna be probably 3 inches high because we are now starting to get into the hot time of the summer and the dry time, not very much rain. So we're gonna be less cutting short. I was cutting it really short because of all the rain and it was just growing so fast. And at one point I was cutting it every 2 days. It would grow about 2 or 3 inches high and I would have to cut it, and I cut it short. A couple times it was maybe 2 inches high because the rain, it grew 1 inch in 2 days. So I would cut it lower. So it, yeah. The rain really was good this year. The tomatoes are finally blooming, and I was gonna go whip over to a dollar store today and get 1 or 2 hummingbird feeders. And if you noticed in one of my other videos, when I was over at Jurgen's place a week or 2 ago, a week and a half ago, he had 1 hummingbird bird feeder, and he's had it for years, and took a while for the hummingbirds to come around. He would see once in a while, he would see a hummingbird in his property and going for the flowers. Now he's got oodles of them coming all the time, and they're always almost like demanding for him to refill it. So he's got them trained really well. So here's a better shot of my temporary gazebo, barbecue gazebo top. Yeah, that's temporary, everybody. I'm getting the one I got from a guy at work. Our old one got destroyed because of hail, pretty big hail, and my wife's car got pretty well dented up, and we're waiting for the insurance to pay for it's already gone through, so it hasn't been booked yet for repair, but it will come soon. But that hailstorm destroyed that. It did not hurt that because that is a lot thicker, but there are little pinholes on top, like in that gazebo's roof. We are going to change these what do you call it, bed sheets to something a little better, because when the sun is beating down, it gets very hot in here. If it's not windy, it's very hot. So if you notice, you can see there is a fan in there. So we are still thinking about what we're going to do with this deck. It's going to be next year probably. Can't afford it, no time now to do it. So we're thinking of making a deck or a patio, and the deck would be made just like this by the guys that did it. I've already talked to them about it. They said to do that right now would be about $2 grand. Take all the old deck out, prep the ground, get it ready for putting the new deck, and it would be the same height as that because I wanted the same height as the door. So it is nice to have the deck, but that deck is built on real nice pellets that I've treated with the green preservative. And there's Aston doing his little roll in the grass. He likes to do that. There he goes. Aston. I should ask him if he wants a friend. We are thinking of getting ourselves a dog. This is our son Patrick's dog, who's, yeah, he's been with the family now for almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years this fall. I think 9 years, 9.5 years. So, because I think he's at 9 years that we've had him now. So I could be wrong, but we only get him for 2 or 3 days every week or two. So he is nice to have around. So we always had a dog. If I find still pictures of the collie, we'll pop it into the video so you see what the purebred collie we had at one time from 2001 until 2012 when we had him put to sleep. So that was very disheartening, sad. He was a very, very good dog. This one is a very, very good dog, very well behaved. And when he wants to play, he wants to play. He is starting to slow down. He's not getting those rabbits as much as he used to. But yeah, that's today's little video. Again, I forget what day it is. It's Sunday. See if I could check and get back to you in a second. So yeah, it's July 14th, Sunday. So, what do you think, Aston? You're in the hot sun. You should get over here to the nice shaded area, or go into. I got him big tub of fresh water too, and I was able to get my fountain rolling in the back there. The ferns that I've got from next door this year are growing. Like usually when you transplant ferns, they get shocked and they will stop growing and they die off, and then they come back the next year. But we have a few of them that are actually growing really well back there. But I want to put that whole area in the back there. Don't mind the garbage bag. That whole area back there and all the mulch. We were thinking of having a seating area there. I don't know. But I'm thinking of putting many ferns back there. Just oodles of ferns just to get it all green. And we see the neighbor's yard and pool over there. I'm thinking of putting a barrier so you don't see them. If I was able to get some Virginia creepers growing there, that would be really good and cover that. But there are Virginia creepers that I never planted over there on that side of the fence. My old fountain planter's leaning. It looks like the ground is let go in that one area, so I'm gonna have to build that up. But everything's looking pretty good for this little update of the backyard. Maybe there will be another update for the front yard, but the backyard's doing good. I'm still watering a lot of stuff, so still those flowers have to be watered. I'll do that in a minute. I have to put the sprinkler on for that, or the handheld wand, and I'll do that. So if I have some pictures of the Simba or Collie, I'll post them up there on this video, still pictures. So I don't think I have any video. I might just have a video on tape somewhere. So one of these days we'll insert that little video of Simba. Anyway, so I'll talk to you guys later. Keep cool. It is going to be a real hot day here in Winnipeg. And look at the sun, or the blue sky is beautiful. Lately we've been having a lot of cloudy, smoky from forest fires or wildfire fires up north. But it's nice and clear today. Went for breakfast in the neighborhood restaurant. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'll continue watering. We are supposed to be getting rain, but it's the time of year that they say we're going to get rain, but we may not. Anyway, everybody have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.